Electric cars are being announced seemingly weekly by established brands at this point. There are tons of options on the horizon, all while Tesla is continuing to scale production of their main two cars, the Model 3 and Model Y. Oftentimes, people can see the benefits of an electric car but don't understand why people would pay up for an electric car from Tesla. They're newer to cars than most, have had a history of build quality issues, and have a controversial billionaire CEO. Today, we're going to break down the 10 reasons you might want to buy a Tesla instead of another electric car, so let's get into it. To start off with, let's quickly summarize the ways that all EVs can be better than gas vehicles. They're quiet and are zero emissions when charged from sustainable sources. Long term, especially as more power is being generated from sustainable sources, these cars are far cleaner to run. They are also cheaper to fuel than gas vehicles, don't require oil changes, have far less maintenance due to far fewer moving parts, and save you time when you can charge at home. On a road trip, you'll be in a different scenario charging at DC fast chargers, and we'll talk about Tesla's advantage there. But for daily driving, you will find yourself saving time with any EV. You get home, plug in, and the car charges automatically during your off-peak hours. For myself, never needing to stop for gas is incredibly convenient, and charging at home saves me a lot of time. Then EVs have instant torque. There's no delay in accelerating, and this enables quicker acceleration, which makes all EVs feel much quicker than their gas counterparts. In fact, the quickest accelerating vehicles in the world are now electric. So all of these benefits exist on a Tesla Model Y or a Hyundai Ioniq 5. Why would you buy a Tesla? Before we dive in, I want to specify that I'm pro-EV in general. I love all new EVs coming from all brands, but this video is detailing the reasons why Teslas are so popular. To start off with, number one is direct sales. Tesla only sells direct to the customer. When you order a Tesla, your car will be delivered at the price you ordered it for. There's no room for Tesla to charge a surprise markup after you've ordered your car and locked in its price. Unfortunately, this is not the case with other brands because they use dealers. Dealers are very much known to be the worst and have recently been known to add markups on EVs in particular. When I inquired about an Ioniq 5 last year, I was told it would be $10,000 over MSRP, and others are still experiencing this with different EVs. The Ford F-150 Lightning has also seen markups, but Ford is finally cracking down on this behavior, and they're seeing frustrated customers just go to a company who sells without last-minute price increases like this, Tesla. Another practice at dealers as well is to upcharge you on often useless things like maintenance plans. Here's one a dealer upsold to this Chevy Bolt buyer for maintenance on their EV, including free oil changes. Oil changes are not part of electric cars. That dealer did reverse it, but dealing with this hassle is something customers are tired of, especially when it comes on a vehicle they ordered. Customers have oftentimes pre-ordered their vehicle, put down a small deposit, and then come to find out that in order to take delivery of their car, the dealer wants extra money. For many, it's worth paying Tesla extra just to not have to deal with any of that surprise. To note as well, Tesla is the main company delivering more affordable cars in large quantities that sell direct, but Rivian and Lucid now sell direct as well. The trend is changing, and that's a good thing for consumers. Now, number two is safety. Electric cars are already safer than gas vehicles in general. The large battery pack on the floor helps with rollover risk, but battery EVs are consistently shown to catch on fire much less frequently than internal combustion engine vehicles. Regardless of the EV, it's safer. For Teslas, though, they're the safest vehicles you can buy in general. The Model Y has the highest possible IIHS rating in the US, and recently was rated the highest of any vehicle by Euro NCAP. By multiple testing standards in multiple countries, you can't get safer than a Tesla Model Y. The Model 3 as well achieved the lowest probability of injury when tested by NHTSA back in 2018. Each year, Tesla continues to make their cars safer, and they continue to pass all safety tests with flying colors. Worth noting as well, this is safety when the car is getting into an accident. Tesla includes active safety features standard on all vehicles, including automatic emergency braking, forward collision warning, side collision warning, obstacle-aware acceleration, blind spot monitoring, and lane departure avoidance. For the 2022 Model Y, Euro NCAP just ranked these features under Safety Assist and gave them a 98%. So Teslas are the best at preventing accidents and the safest to be in during an accident. As a quick comparison when talking about Euro NCAP, the Ioniq 5 got 88% in Safety Assist and 88% for adult occupant. So the Ioniq 5 is still scoring well, along with others like the Mach-E, but Tesla has the best safety out there verified by multiple agencies. One other aspect that helps with safety is the HEPA filter included in the Model Y, Model S, and Model X. This helps ensure the air quality in the car is as good as it can be, and beats most other cars out there. Quote, Tesla's HEPA filtration removes 99.97% of airborne particulates such such as smoke, bacteria, and pollen. This functions anytime the climate control system is using outside air, but they also have bioweapon defense mode, which positively pressurizes the cabin in an extreme condition. Safety is a focus in many ways for Tesla. Number 3 relates to charging. I now have personal experience with this after buying a Rivian R1T, but if you plan to road trip in your EV, the Tesla experience cannot be beat. Tesla now has over 40,000 charging stalls worldwide, and these are all DC fast chargers. Currently in the US, these are exclusive to Tesla vehicles, meaning Teslas have access to thousands of charging locations when on road trips. Pretty much anywhere I want to go, Tesla chargers have me covered. Unfortunately, with any other EV at this point, that simply is not the case. It's a toss-up as to locations first, but then reliability. When I road tripped in my Rivian R1T up and down California, a very pro-EV state, I had a terrible experience trying to get it charged. It added about 2 hours to our trip because we arrived at multiple chargers at a low state of charge and found them to be entirely broken or absurdly slow. We went to 3 separate locations before finding a charger that worked as advertised from Electrify America. Conversely, I've road tripped dozens of times in our Tesla, and this has never been an issue. We've driven from Los Angeles to Seattle, Washington, to Las Vegas, to Northern California, and more. It is so much better to the point where I would say, if you plan to road trip in your EV, a Tesla is the option. Number 4 relates to depreciation. Typically, cars depreciate as soon as you drive them off the lot. That's not happening quite the same with EVs in general, but especially Teslas. Teslas are in such demand that used prices stay up for them. They also hold value really well since mileage doesn't affect them the same as other vehicles. For example, here's a 2020 Model 3 for sale on Carvana. This car today is technically only $2,500 more. Technically as well, Tesla has a discount making a new standard range Model 3 cheaper than this if you can time it right. This could be another reason to buy a Tesla instead of another EV. Currently, Tesla is offering $3,750 off of a Model 3 or Model Y if you take delivery in December of 2022 before the year ends. This is likely to incentivize customers to avoid putting off their orders, since next year some of these cars will qualify for an EV tax incentive. More on that in a second. Regarding depreciation though, IC Cars found that the average depreciation of all EVs coming off leases was about 52%. The Model S was 36.3%, already beating EVs and non-EVs, but the Model 3 depreciated only 10.2%. As IC Cars said, quote, Tesla is, or at least appears to be, ahead of its competitors when it comes to battery technology and range, which makes its cars more desirable and keeps resale prices high. There are many factors at play here, but we very well could see similar depreciation numbers with Model Ys in the future as people keep wanting to get these cars. It'll be very interesting to watch. In any case, that leads us to number 5, where Tesla makes their cars. A big reason why most people are confident that the Tesla Model Y will fully qualify for an EV incentive coming up in 2023 is because their cars are built in the United States. Tesla's original Fremont factory, located in California, still makes all Model 3s shipped in North America, and the majority of Model Ys shipped in North America. The rest of the Model Ys in North America come from their second US factory in Texas. In fact, the top 2 most American-made cars, as indexed by Cars.com, are the Model Y and Model 3. If supporting US manufacturing and products made in the US are important to you, Tesla makes the most American-made cars out there. The Model X is number 5, followed by the Model S at number 6. A big reason these cars top this list is because their battery packs are made at Tesla's Giga Nevada. Common brands you may expect to top this list, like Ford and GM, don't actually enter the list until number 11 with the Corvette. Ford isn't even in the top 12. Regarding EVs specifically, the Chevy Bolt is assembled in Michigan, the Mach-E is assembled in Mexico, and the Ioniq 5 is assembled in South Korea. Eventually, Hyundai plans to assemble in the US as well, so GM should be ramping up US EV assembly, but right now Tesla has everyone beat by a long shot. Somehow people seem to miss this, but it's a big part of Tesla. They are based in America and make their US delivered cars in the US. Number 6 relates to the technology in Tesla's vehicles, specifically software. The Model 3 and Y are mainly controlled with one large center touchscreen, and a big benefit of this is over-the-air software updates. Throughout ownership, free updates bring various feature improvements, bug fixes, and fun additions that just don't come on other EVs. Other cars like the Mach-E and Ioniq 5 are bringing over-the-air software updates, but none have been seen yet on the level Tesla delivers them. They are constantly improving features in their cars, listening to feedback, and improving user experience. On top of that as well, each year Tesla brings out a fun holiday update. This sometimes brings a couple fun Easter eggs or a light show, but other times brings an entirely updated UI and more. From a software perspective, I've tried a lot of cars, and Tesla has all companies beat and continues improving. Reliability, responsiveness, and customization are the best in Tesla software compared to other EVs available. One particular feature of this as well, which originally was an over-the-air software update, is number 7, Sentry Mode. Sentry Mode is a security system included in every Tesla that utilizes the cameras these cars have all over. When motion is detected, the car will begin filming with the cameras, and you can review the footage in vehicle if anything were to happen. It's saved to an included USB drive in the Glovebox as well. This system has helped a lot of people in tough situations, and it's something that isn't available in most EVs. Technically, Rivian has a similar system called Gear Guard, but the other side of Sentry Mode is the built-in dash cam. This is something I have yet to see on any other EV. When driving, your cameras are constantly filming in a Tesla, so if something happens on the road, the footage will either automatically save when you honk the horn, or save when you press the dash cam button on screen. You then have the event recorded from 4 different angles. The combination of dash cam and Sentry Mode included standard on each Tesla is something exclusive to them, but I do hope others like Rivian will add a dash cam in the future via software updates. Now, number 8 also relates to the technology in Teslas, and that's autopilot. Tesla's included autopilot system does adaptive cruise control and auto steer for you. It keeps you centered in your lane and will drive for you. It's mainly designed for the freeway, but one particular advantage of autopilot is that it works almost anywhere there are clear road markings. Many other companies rely on pre-mapped freeways, and that's what the system for lane keeping is in the Mach-E or Rivian R1T. These systems work well, but in my personal experience, autopilot is the best driver assist system out there. It's not without its flaws, but a particular benefit of autopilot is that Tesla is constantly working on deeper self-driving tasks that inform this system. Instead of a system designed to drive pre-mapped roads, it's an AI neural network learning from driving data and improving so it can handle any and all situations. Over time, autopilot should only see a lot of improvement, and it's included standard in every Tesla. Number 9 has to do with experience. Tesla is one of the newest automakers out there, but the big thing people forget to consider is that EVs are entirely different than gasoline vehicles. There's a lot of new technology inside every single EV, and the main part of that car is the large battery pack. When it comes to electric vehicles, Tesla has more experience than any other company. Tesla has sold more than 3 million cars around the world, and each one of these cars is 100% electric. Comparing this to Ford, the second biggest producer of EVs in the US, they just recently made their 150,000th Mach-E, their first true EV offering, and they've sold a few thousand F-150 Lightnings. GM is planning a number of EVs as well, but we keep unfortunately seeing issues with vehicle launches due to various battery problems. While I don't like to look at past mistakes as a sign of the future, their track record for battery problems with the Chevy Bolt doesn't look great. So if you're looking for the company with the most EV experience and the best track record, it's actually Tesla. Last up is number 10, and that's the Tesla app. Many different cars offer an app, but I've never seen one as well put together and improving as rapidly as the Tesla app. In the app, you have normal basic tasks like unlocking the car, opening the doors, and setting charge limits. Many vehicle apps have these features, but in the Tesla app, you also have climate controls, allowing you to precondition the car and turn on specific heated seats. You also have location, showing your precise vehicle location, scheduling options for charging or departure, Sentry Mode, Valet Mode, speed limit mode, and the ability to give other drivers' vehicle app access. Charging stats show you exactly how many kilowatt hours you have charged in the last 31 days as well, and how much you spent charging. It calculates this by connecting directly with your utility plan, giving you tons of details about your rates, and it will estimate how much you have saved by charging instead of filling up with gas. It's incredibly in-depth and has continued to improve in recent months. Below that, if you have Tesla insurance, you can check in on your safety score, schedule service for the road, or request roadside assistance. Now as well, you can see the release notes for the version of software your car is on. Last but certainly not least is the ability to check in on your Sentry Mode cameras streamed live to your phone. You simply press live camera and you can get a live view of the 4 exterior cameras to check in and make sure everything is fine with your car. This is a feature that no other vehicle offers at this point, and I imagine it will be quite some time before we see anything like this enabled on other cars. The Tesla app is incredibly reliable and really just stands out above the rest of EVs out there. You can also create a home screen widget for your vehicle and have quick controls there whenever you need. We talked a bit about autopilot earlier, but I neglected to mention full self-driving. It's like a bonus number 11. I skipped it earlier because to me, this system is overpriced and under-delivering. Tesla has promised robo-taxis for a while, and now has delivered a self-driving beta that's impressive, but definitely not a robo-taxi. Tesla charges $15,000 for the FSD beta that will drive you in any scenario, but requires tons of supervision. It's by no means entirely autonomous at this point, so the pricing doesn't make sense to me, but it could in the future. Tesla is hard at work on self-driving and collecting billions of miles of data to improve their systems. It's improving rapidly, and buying a Tesla could mean that in the future, a paid software update allows you to have the car drive for you. I think this is a ways off, but it's worth noting. There's definitely no other EV, let alone any other car that has this potential. So if you're someone who likes beta testing new technology, only Tesla offers this. It also likely will trickle down to the autopilot system, as I mentioned earlier, so if you only plan to use basic autopilot like myself, FSD improvements are a good thing for this system. No other EV company is investing this heavily in self-driving directly on the vehicle that you're driving. As you can see, there are a number of reasons to buy a Tesla instead of another EV. They offer a number of significant advantages that other cars don't offer at this point. With that said, there are a lot of great EV offerings out there. I'd just consider if these 10 things are deal breakers for you or not. I hope this video was helpful for you, and in the meantime, if you want to see my full review of the Rivian R1T after 1 month, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.